everyone, this is Eileen from Eileen Stuffs, and today we will be doing something a little different. We are going to be prioritizing my sinking funds so I have a better idea of where do my priorities lie, so when I only have so much money, a paycheck, which ones do I want to focus on as far as giving money to the funds. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am a cash budgeter and stuffer here on YouTube. I'm working on paying off debt and building up an emergency and sinking funds. If that is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing below if you haven't already. I have been behind the scenes slowly creating files to create some kind of a book. I originally thought about doing a budget book, but then I had this idea this week of maybe making something a little different or kind of creating a package. So I'm not going to give too much details right now. These are some prototypes that I have been working on for the sinking fund section of that book that I'm working on. And these are very rough drafts. I printed them out today and I thought I would just use them in this video and then see if I like them, if I don't like them, what I want to change, what I want to add. And I would love, as you watch me use these pages, guys, if you have any thoughts, comments, ideas, please link them down below because I would love to hear your thoughts on these. As I said, this is very rough draft. So I'm going to be making things and then kind of using them and then fixing them as needed. The first one I have is I printed out 2 pages of these sinking funds things. And the first thing I noticed is I need to lighten the color in the background. This is just almost like a rough draft to list out sinking funds and then think of the order. And the next page would be kind of a final page where you would really list your funds, have them. And then I wanted to have a little section to write goals or just notes. And I can see when I printed this out, this box was off centered. It was way too small. So, and this is way too big, but since I'm printing them out and using the ink, I decided to just use these for the video. First step is I am going to write out all my sinking funds and then I will talk about ordering them. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull my sinking funds page because it has them all listed for me to write them down. I am back. I had a thought as I was writing everything out that I don't know if I like this because the priority order is really just going to be a number. I don't need this much space and I don't like that it went to a second page. And I know a lot of people have a lot of sinking funds. So I'm thinking as I was doing this, I'm like, no, I should probably make 2 columns of just sinking funds. And then instead of having these circles here, having like a little checkbox where you can write in the number. So that's something I thought. Again, comment below if you guys think you like this or you think it might be nice just to have 2 columns for sinking funds and then maybe a little checkbox or something off to the side to write the number as you're working on the rough draft and, you know, a different title up top. However, we're going to work with this and I am going to get started. Now, because I already know that this is in order by my binders and my black binder is my high priority. This section right here is all black binder envelopes. I know these are going to be the top numbers. I'm not even really going to look at the other 2 yet. I'm just going to focus on those. The top ones are debt, bills, medical, emergency, savings, student loans, taxes, retire, and invest, and home, which is to buy a home or buy some land. I'm going to prioritize my funds where I'm at right now. Today, my top priority has been my emergency fund. Did get a lot of comments on my last emergency fund update video, and I'll link that video below, but I had quite a few comments of people thinking I should combine my money and just get it done with because I'm $9 shy of the $1,000. I think I am going to do that in November, but I'm still going to keep it a priority until it's official, so that'll be number 1. And then from there, my second top priority is really paying my bills, I would say, because that's something that I have to do monthly. Sometimes I lose work, and having money in my bill folder for those times or those months where my paychecks aren't as much is super important. And right after that is debt. Because other than the monthly bills, I have like credit card debt and things that also need to be considered. Medical is number 4 because that's for my medicine. But I can always pull and pay my medicine from my current paycheck when it's due. It's just nice to build up the money and have something to pull from. That's why it's number 4 and not say like number 1 or 2 because I historically I've just used my current paycheck to pay for that when it comes through. Now we're down to the second half of my black binder, which is ones that have been skipping more as I've been working on my emergency fund: savings, student loans, taxes, retire, invest, and home. My first thought is taxes need to be a higher priority because I am going to be filing my taxes again as a single person. So it's going to be me again, just doing my thing. Plus I'll have YouTube now on top of my job. So that's more taxes I have to pay. I really want to make sure I stay ahead of the game as far as paying estimated taxes, being able to pay for my tax preparation. And it will really help other than the money I pull from my paychecks. I think it'll just be nice to throw away extra money and pull it out when estimated taxes are due. So that is going to be top from now on. And then following that is going to be student loans, because those are about to start again at the end of January, I believe. So that brings us down in our high priority binder to savings, retire, invest, and home. I'm going to say savings is priority number 7 because again, it's nice to have money saved. I've pulled from this envelope multiple times through this past year. It's come in handy, so that's going to stay priority. And then from there, retire, invest, and home. I would say retire is number 8. Say home is number 9 because I really want to start saving money to think about my future, think about where I want to go moving forward. And owning property, owning land, owning a home is definitely something I would like to work towards. And then I'll throw invest at the end. So those are my top 10. Now we're going to move on to the others. So for these, even though these are divided into 2 binders, they're not necessarily priority binders. It's more like a binder focused on my personal things and then a binder focused on kind of other life things. As I said, I'm going to prioritize these based on where I'm at today. One thing I really need to think about is Christmas, because I have 4 more paychecks before Christmas, which means if I can pull a big chunk of money from each paycheck, then I can have a good chunk of money to spend. I do have a lot of people that I want to buy for this year that I'm thinking about. So I want to really focus my next 4 paychecks on giving Christmas something, but I don't think it should come at the heels of any of this stuff. So it's going to be number 11. It'll be my first non-high priority. So I guess I could think of this as high priority, and now we're kind of moving to the mid-level priorities. The second thing after that is definitely family, specifically because, and this will switch with time, like Christmas will definitely drop after Christmas. But family is super important right now to me because this is the money I'm saving to pay back my mom. From that, it's really important for me to stuff secret stash and then whoops, because these have been backup folders for money that, and again, I have pulled from these 2 a few times throughout the year. They come in handy. Just a place where I kind of stash money, or if I go over, make a mistake, right? That's kind of what that whoops folder was about. So that's going to be 13 and 14. Giving is number 15 for me because I only have $6 more to stuff in this envelope, and then I can make my payment to the food bank. So this is, as of today, is a higher priority. I would like to get that done. My goal was $50. I'm at 44. I would like to stuff that and get that first payment. I'm gonna rank that high now. I'll probably do this again when the new year starts because I know my priorities will change once the holidays are done and some things are taken care of. But as of today, that is really something I'd like to focus on. My next priority is going to be, actually, I think I'm going to switch this. Riley should probably be next because she's my dog. I took her off for medicine, but I might actually put her back on it. So I've been thinking about that, and then gifts, because that's, if I had like only so much money, I would probably have to give it to Riley over the gifts. The car is going to be number 17 because, again, you never know. It's always nice to have money thrown away for the car. The OT is going to be 18 because that is money I have pulled from my licenses for CEUs, for supplies that I want. That's always something that needs to be there. It needs to be something that I throw some extra money into. I have my business account that I usually pull OT stuff from, but this again is just having that extra cash in there for times that I need it. Let's see. I really love traveling and I really want to travel, but I don't think that that's really a high priority right now considering everything I'm dealing with. House, yeah. So those 2 are going to be probably low, but let's see if there's any more what I would call mid priority ones. I'm not going to list Sadie as a priority just because she's technically my ex-husband's dog, not mine. So I do not assume any financial responsibility for Sadie. I save money for her mostly just to buy her treats and toys. My financial responsibility lies with Riley. And that's why, if you've ever wondered why she always gets more money, I don't have to pay for Sadie. So I'm probably, because of that, I'm probably going to keep her a little lower down. I think that going to list my violin as 19 because that is a monthly cost that I have as well. So it's nice to have money in those envelopes when you know there's monthly expenses that are attached to them. This just becomes like a backup plan. So that'll be 19. And then I'm going to put YouTube as 20. I would really like to start investing more in YouTube and what I'm doing, and it would be nice to have that money there. I feel like at this point, I might be moving on towards my lower priority. I'm gonna put Sadie as 21 because I definitely, if I had to choose between stuffing her or stuffing Fun or stuffing something else, I would definitely choose her. And I have, what do I have left? I have House Wants and Travel. Really, House Wants is really for decorating. Travel, we have beauty, clothing, shopping. I mean, those are pretty low priority. Tarot, which was a higher priority, but I've kind of put this to the side recently. Fun, which is important. Rollover, which isn't really a priority because it really comes out of wallet. This will probably be the bottom of the barrel. And gifts. I'm going to put gifts as the next one just because, again, it's nice to have that cash in there for when someone's birthday comes up, someone's anything comes up. It's nice to have that cash in there to pull from for a birthday or a special treat. So we'll make that top of the lower priority order. And then I'm going to put travel next because travel is important to me and I always do try to stuff something in travel. I guess in my mind it's been higher priority, but I think I have to shift a little as I finish up the 1K fund, and I really need to shift towards paying off debt. Probably gonna have to knock that down a little. And then, I feel like the rest of them there's not really an order for me. They're just all kind of things that I like to do, but they're not necessarily, well, I'm gonna put fun next because work-life balance, man. You have to have fun. It's nice if something comes up. It would be nice to know that I had money to do something. If things that are unplanned come up all the time, I'll make that a bit of a higher priority. And now I'm just kind of down to shopping stuff. I realize it's House Ones, beauty, clothing, shopping, tarot, which was really I had originally for my tarot YouTube channel, which I've kind of forgotten about because I focused on this one. So, I'm pretty torn at this point. I think I'm going to say clothing will be next because it always seems like you need clothes, you need shoes, stuff like that. It would be nice to start paying cash with that more, like cash that I've actually saved up for. So that'll be next. I'll put beauty at 26 because there was something specifically beauty related that I wanted to save for. That's a higher cost item, so I will put that next. General shopping would just be 27. Then I'm down to House Wants, Tarot, and YouTube. I will put Tarot at 28. House Wants at 29 because that's like whatever. The bottom of the barrel right now is rollover because really that's more about rolling over from my wallet. So I guess I really didn't need to put that on here. But okay, I have 30 sinking funds. And that is my order. Now that I've kind of hashed them out and the rough draft pages, the next thing this will be really the one that I keep. And I just realized that I did not print out 2 pages of this. So I'm going to run out of room. Looking at these sheets as far as editing them, I might get rid of this one and then maybe just have 2 columns again. So then you could list and then you could write the number. Now I feel like this video is a fail because I didn't even think ahead. But I'm like, part of me wants to go print out another page, but part of me doesn't want to print out another page because I'm already seeing what I want to edit already. I think for the sake of the video, I will just list them and then use the back, and then I'll try to, what I'll do is I'm just going to write them on the back but I kind of know how I want to change this. So that is the bonus of this mess up, is I see that this isn't going to work for me. I have an idea of what I want. That's really good. That'll be what I need. We'll just use the back of the page just to get an idea of what the order is. And then I will, once I update this page, I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so didn't go as planned. Don't like these as much as I thought. Super glad I tried this video. I think I like the idea of it. I really like the idea of, in a budget book, having like a sinking funds priority list that you can go back to in case you're like, okay, I only have $70 to stuff this paycheck. Okay, let's see, what are my top 5 that I should focus on? I like that. It's nice. This isn't what I want it to look like, but something like this, just a little bit different. But that's it. So if you see me stuffing money and you wonder why I pick certain envelopes over another, this will hopefully give you a little bit about what my rationale has been. Obviously, the most important thing is the 1K emergency fund. That just needs to be done. And I agree with everybody. I'm going to make it happen in a few weeks. Then bills, debt, taking care of your business is important. Debt, tax, keeping yourself healthy, right? Student loans, those are they have to be paid. Working towards some future financial goals, I think, are also high priority. And those for me really have to come first before other things like shopping, right? Family, that always is a high priority. Having that extra money and kind of like going down the list to the things that are just more like wants but not needs is, I think, the general kind of plan I have. I feel like I started out really organized with my fancy pages and then it just turned to me making a mess like I always do. But this is kind of how my brain works. It's really like a behind the scenes kind of what do I do when I'm doing stuff like this. I am going to work on these pages and make them good. I do think that I love the idea of these pages. I love the idea of a planning page and then a final page to use. So I think these are something that I will put in a budget book or like a sinking funds related book that I have been working on, but I don't know that I love the way I set it up. If you do have ideas, if you like it, if you think it would look better a certain way, but you think you would use this, you would like it in a book, please comment below and let me know, because I always love to take your guys' comments and suggestions into consideration. It's been super helpful, really inspiring, and you guys always have great ideas or think of things I haven't thought of. Don't be shy, because if I'm going to create files to put on Etsy or going to do like a create your own book kind of book, I want to have things that people want to use. And so this is me kind of getting started on the process of creating that thing and using it, playing around with it, messing with it. Okay. That is it, you guys. Halloween's coming up, so happy Halloween. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a good weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.